time 10 as in but 10 so nam so many khatsa lipin yen digi me the lomas for it's common khatsa pasu market is in digi me ba so yeah tato ani time 12:30 de china tan movie ani ngachini ticket ki khatsa lam jai ba ticket so ani ticket khatsa to jan digi so 12:30 na ani terminal 21 yan na sf set mana thane jun digi da ready be hobe khatsa ni shower to take over shower to take be le shower take be tha be da ready be hobe da ready and food court no ima and hotel side na food court chitu so ana eating less morning breakfast so terminal 21 na jo be ni after 5 and ashtani simba so this is chicken and rice and imagine terminal 21 ki theater na movie ta hoin pa after ni 5 and ashti so when you 3D na is no is a 3D member it's normal screening in this chair is the job chat tha zumbe udu nga lam sam udu and the job be show timing me mi no nam sam chi the theater and tan be the ticket book chap the movie ta ju ni 339 baht ki combo do popcorn do then top of buckets in ice coke pa bi ice chica be diet coke ti for me it's being up here alone I feel him with me bro check it out I hear his voice in the wind movie the around evening 4:30 na 5 na zo zimba so malebe ani terminal 21 yani the long escalator and ani ma pa pe so we are planning to go to ani Pratunam market ani by using BTS. I find this any urban landscape quite fascinating so just to record Benny it's with an urban jungle concrete jungle and so where can you where there is some sort of chaos but at the same time you also like there's a sense of like any anje do order do some I find it quite fascinating so I'm being a halam che record chabe listen for test अनि चितलम स्टेसनरी थिएँ सो अच्छी walk पे जो गयो पनि platinum अनि mall is at the platinum yani market की area na जुन so अनि बेनिगिरो अनि Chinese New Year was around the corner पे नानी बेनिगिरो तस न्यू Chinese अनि lantern दिसु अनि दिसु कार display पे बिचानु पर चाची ची and look at the mirror अनि and of course it's in like अनि house year बेनिगी so cause decoration according to the year बेनुवा Nice, nice chat, isn't it? But that's the any meeting to go on the Bangkok last time on the we were like any organizing any hotel shashimba Mari water gates like any hotel ta nostalgic feel paisa Ani hema de Bangkok ata ronda so and beside this ani pier ginta there's a small local restaurant chisa. It used to be a ritual of sort for me to come here and eat every time, but this time that the restaurant was Mindubad, and as walking back no ani using the skywalk paper and which that day. Yeah, I think this is a view of the center wall in Beirut. And I think there's some sort of festivity too. I think maybe in market in Nachi, Kachinachi, and Bidaba, but I decided not to go. And instead, in a big supermarket in Jotai, we didn't have anything to buy, but you just want to go and just check out Japanese like Taojuji. You might find some interesting stuff there. Yes, and that's big scenery Matov. So we came to any CM station number. So we walked for any Atsulam Joje. There is like any since it was a Valentine Day weekend beniki. So there was this show in and there were like a couple of singers who were singing I Atsu recipe with Tadeba. So they were singing in Thai. So understanding not so much, but apparently I think there must be quite famous local band in Mero. The crowd were like cheering and Zumbe. Of course, the trees were light with fairy lights. It looked quite magical with that any singing and Zumbe. And I that is a numgi any that you love compression socks so and it's Simatoba. So we stayed there for like almost like 45 minutes. So this is us I think going back to our hotel. Tacham chipching ani room na shopping job. So namsame ani shopping jiri chamaso daridi ani chamshim atsi cave flow and this is taiba chala dele the nimchiri movie tape lucy movie di almost like 3.5 hour movie mete ani terminal 21 again movie and exception matupa ana tawjuji I know 3D movie in base lab same got thing but it was not 3D nonetheless I think it was a visual and spectacle in Biro with I think heart touching story. This is a trilogy member the first Avatar Bay, second Bay and the Way of the Water and third Bay Fire and Ash baby. So yeah, so that's since it almost like the first movie came out during 2009 when I was like come to the class 12 na dating so after maybe 15 years or 16 years trilogy complete jo dete any movie the trilogy complete jo. Yeah, it was nice bro. And theater and viewers in the Dharami Daimiro with so many. It was like quite nice experience for Katoto Dero. It was visually like spectacular me. You can see the effort they put in me, especially CGI Luani baby. And the Lani same building the Nara Terminal 21 and there was another I think outlet of Eve and Boy Duba. So and I any hair mask lo I say hem and this bawi gift pero I this and this hidden plus there's also like cosmetic do as any sale na be so 1 year it's bawin ba ko this they chibira lucy the and the usually that's it's an indoor market jo jeans ana the ngai kam gi blister the baby masubani the look hoimba so the first thing that they love 23,000 steps shown us ani gi blister thing the Nandi Minai Namisami, but if you come to some pressure G, if you constantly walk papers in the area, almost like some walk papers matosa, but 15,000 steps to me, so I'm been come nani go so that the room now, the room now me. Chala Kazum pack jam not standing in the almost like in a genie dome, but we only have like 60 kg and the another additional 20 kg my hand carry so Gazum benas, no stomach I made. The Chala, the Chala Ani Baiba. This is like essential when you're in Bangkok. We're watching this. And inhaler this and big stick. But anti guys, the other one bunnies no the other one be watching it. But apparently it's banned in Meva. And be watching it. Banner in the unsafe at this level last week government can declare benefit so and bindigi and mapa. So any option to money buy. But this is also like quite strong in any. I use remember Himalaya. And keratin yani. Chagim hair mask ani. Now, upper cheap दूसरा रो ani benni it's quite reasonable. It's not like cheap, but it's very reasonable. And if and boy yani so nali pabimba. And of course bag tas ana. Bag kami cute ko to see. And of course, Kotisgi ani since it was Valentine Day week, Benny, so they even give us a stickers, this cute sticker the sana. And yes, and a mask, and as a mask bowing, I other than interesting this, it's like Japanese ki mask in Nepal. So it was also on sale, so ani bowing. So yeah, ani catty doll ani sunscreen. And it's a try betanis no isa. Such a tower next time to watch it next time. And next time use where to be na looks if someone comes virgin and it's panas labra 7-Eleven do but even boy na virgin it was on sale so it was like almost like 29 baht cheap do and an acne patches ta shana star shape na duro cute to sunny dia effective heal up there ni pa the sale girl heal up the diro and I got some money lip glosses daro it's very cute and for any shade number and yeah any dots lam do any it's like locally in lab this any virgin and liquid any contour bound liquid ki contour it's quite nice and so when in Bangkok like shop like any I told nas guy but I mean of course this are some street na tum dekhi so I mean that's the relation power chini so last me almost 1-2 years they me one way multiple wash cats the shana oh look at and it has a type of any colors handmade to do what that any type chi and again I'm sorry you didn't know myself honestly but since you've already any if you have some of you have watched my blog page and I also have a alternative anime persona or my drag any I also do drag occasionally so any virgin any dress comes you to the shana Anna light na it catch the way it catches light and baby and yeah 20 baht ki store na any shopping bags and cute and hima Nepali new is and I hope any size thing open me matawa but it's just it was only 20 baht and some more accessories and a clip and one more and 20 baht each day and yeah I need earring guys maybe I need drag pin and I feel like this earring would look really nice and over by and even this one charm me love the charm and Om Guram and Om Guram the human school na there tamisa this is what ani my grandmother used to buy him when I go to school they were him 5 rupees ki 5 digital thing there to 6 Om Guram se lauma sata abi ko niwa shim to Om Guram se lave and I chose this one because it has no any logo this is gani minimum nanata mana chiga den beru so him a nostalgia him chuga de da ni bete my grandmother chiga school jo ani beche tamne and there's also like orange size ki gurame to sana but this is like any not like him dampati ping orange can thomi but this are like atsi squishy with what jelly type but still nonetheless ani orange guram da Om Guram ta shani dampati ping yeah apart from that we in the there I'm just new chala because khatsari ani all market na jo bite the 2 nights I need Friday and the Saturday khatsa joiba so yeah everything was almost done so and then they just movie chita peta na room na lokon di ta room na lokon be I think tama hotel na le time Dubai ki time 3 na 3:30 4 chane check out be ko ba so ani ben di so ta to back this chap be ready be so sha be te le ten joni sinang no de sa asi ani hotel de asi nana ro do ba ani grab lo ani car dis home so be ba lamchu ko ben di so asi 2 to 3 minutes pata ani main ani street sense lam jo be jo go be so ani de te jo be ja wa jo ready be ja go be ba ta 집이 어딘지 아니 look jogoy no but 집이 어딘지 jogoy no I think the weather is nice now and zumbi benga ya si ni keto nan bi diva ni se lejum jode an be but still I think your home is your home na me na da no da tin be wachindi miss po me andigi yeah I mean a part of my mind or brain is excited to yeah a part of me is excited to come back home after a week, but a part of me is also like sad to leave Bangkok. Remember, um, it is it is for past I think 3 days. I mean 3 days. Even if I have been able to experience the city like never before. Hima 8 years ke Himayate I used to constantly come maybe in a year. Sasum deche oni ba sasum shi deche in a year for meetings and in that time now sitting in the daily meetings so such rate jombate and like on the time that like the flights were like just like any all the time but early in the morning minute like 4 5 a.m. flights and so on the hotel na 2 3 days and I was not able to explore city like I did in the past 3 days which was like going any traveling around and especially during those time of which I remember the city the daytime that's such a leisure me mathono ba and that time the reach kapyate maybe one day any extra to lay any because of like flight available me and be at that time I think I do and zumbe nam some me pass to junior me bang ani anza be and be I always used to hang out where most of the tourists and this is jo and be safe area ne pa that if this time we watching gatti chimi gikule pa ni be watching the owl market is like almost like back only 1.5 hour far away maybe by drive even like MRT the BTS ki any combination million border I think like it takes like more than an hour so ane phata hepchite and it was like really nice most of the people I think especially the local people they're quite sweet and all marketed it doesn't cater to tourists at all I mean like initially mishibero and you translate it any app they use people but still I think all of them are very sweet pero and even like na tourist area and beverage and any kato to do anime yeah it has been an eventful 3 days and apart from that beverage in the meeting night it went quite well fruitful way I think like yeah like it was quite fruitful way for the work I mean like any re-energized show any baby yeah it was a trip much needed trip I mean I tell beverage and yeah Carol good night. It was like I think almost like 4:30 a.m. in the morning in Bay. So we're going to the Suvarnabhumi airport now Choiba crab bay part bay. So almost like back to 6 to this one track bay the bana day and videos on Jason. So since it was like early in the morning bending so traffic and some traffic duraminduro compared to daytime imagine. But I always wonder why in a chicken especially our flights are why does it has to be always in early in the morning silabe nam when I went back home I always had this an early morning flight remember so maybe I wonder maybe I heard some of them saying that there's afternoon flight as well but ngai di mato das And most of the flight time they need it also, since I think Chirim Opera ni Masunitiki anime. So that was like around I think midway they changed me vodka hipney benchna. The my breakfast is I think it was quite a strange combination. I think they had omelette in with any seaweed too. I don't know, as it tastes as a weird way and anything I did see and it left a very bad I think taste in my mouth and they let's see the I don't know as it's a kisha feel I think not because the food was bad and may spoil usually but because of the combination of egg and seaweed pendiki. And yeah, I think this is Bodh Gaya in Bihar. Flight almost 45 to 50 minutes kaya another day, so to fuel up anything. And yeah, again we took off I think from Bodh Gaya. I just said that it's roughly around 45 to 50 minutes in Nomina. So as you clearly see the mountains, don't see that like I think we know that we are back to our homeland, Bhutan. And I think especially this stretch of the flight, especially any land baby time, it's always like I think it's very beautiful at Tarangadi. I'm always mesmerized by it, the views, the mountains and the Himalayan mountain range. You can see the entire I think like the length of the country from the snowy mountains towards the plains and Skarthom and it's just part of this stretch of the flight.